Hello everyone, welcome to BSP Solution. My name is Shivam Temre and today topic is locator control in Oracle Fusion Supply Chain Management Inventory Application. So as we already seen that all the other types of inventory controls like serial control or serial numbering, lot control or lot numbering and physical control. So the last inventory control in Oracle Fusion Supply Chain Management Inventory Application is locator control. Okay, so now locator or locator control. So okay, so a locator is a physical area within a sub inventory where you store material such as row, racks, bin or shelf. So in any inventory organization we have sub inventories, okay, or in sub inventories we can create multiple row, racks, bins for our item into locator. So with the help of locator you can receive your item into rows, racks, bin, and you can also ship your item from your row, racks, bin as well. Okay, so sub inventory can contain one or more locators. It means that within any sub inventory we can create multiple locators. So in accordance to your organization structure or business requirement you can create locator. Okay, so a locator is a key flex field in Oracle Fusion application. So as we see in our charts of account structure, with the help of accounting flex suite, we create segments like company, account, and departments. Same in case of inventory application, with the help of locator flex field, we can create rows, racks, bin, or shelf in your inventory application. So for that, first we have to create inventory value set in application. Then we have to create locator key flex field structure. So after flex field structure, we have to create the locator key flex field structure instance, and after the instance we have to create row, racks, bins in the segment values. So it is just same as that of our charts of account structure. Now let's go to our instance. Now log in as Tata user and click on setting and action. In setting and action, click on setup and maintenance and open our project, that is Tata implementation project. Okay, okay, select the task, click on manage implementation project. Okay, open our project, search for the project, that is Tata, and then click on search icon, click on Tata implementation project. Okay, so first we have to create value sets for our locators. So search task name is manage inventory value sets, manage inventory value sets. Okay, click on search icon, manage inventory value sets. Okay, manage inventory value sets, your procurement based path. Click on manage inventory value set, select the row and click on go to task icon, click on create icon. Okay, so our first value set is uh, let's say row, that is Tata Steel row. Okay, so copy description is same as that of value set code. Select module as inventory management application. Okay, now validation type set as independent. Okay, now value data type, okay, set as character, number, date, time. Select character. Okay, now next is the value subtype, set as text, and the maximum length. Okay, maximum length for our Tata Steel row, that is 15 7 close. Okay, now create another value set, click on create icon, value set. Okay, that is Tata Steel rack. Description is same as that of value set code. Select the module, inventory management. Okay, now validation type, that is dependent. The rack is dependent on rows, so select validation type as dependent. Now value data type, character, number, date, time, set as character. Value subtype, that is text. Maximum length, same as that of rows, that is 15. Now value set code, select the value set code. Okay, our value set code, search for Tata, click on search. Dependent on Tata Steel row, click on OK and save and close. Create another value set, that is Tata Steel bins. So for bin, create another value set, Tata Steel bin. Okay, value set code. Description is same as that of value set code. Select module as inventory management. Value data type, set as dependent. Value data type, that is character. Okay. Now value subtype, that is text. The maximum length for our bin, that is 15. Okay, independent value sets. Okay, select as search for Tata. Okay, dependent upon Tata Steel row. So value set code dependent upon Tata Steel row. Click on OK. Click on save and close. Okay, so after creating the value sets, we have to create the flexfield structure. Okay, so click on save and close. Now the task, that is manage inventory locator key flexfield. Select the row and click on go to task icon here. Okay, so select inventory management application. Okay, and click on manage structure. First we have to create the structure. Okay, now click on create icon. Okay, here structure code, name it as Tata Steel Flexfield. Tata Steel Flexfield. Name is same as that of our structure code and description as well. Set delimiter as hash. Okay, now click on save. For enabling, right now segments are not enabled over here. For enabling, we have to just save this. Click on save, then our segments are enabled. Okay, so just click on create. Now create the segment. First our first segment, that is row. Name it as row. Okay, API name same as that of our code. Now API name as error. Okay, row 1, I think must be copy issue. API name is row 1. Description row sequence number, that is first. Prompt row, short prompt row. So as per your requirement, you can change the name, description, prompt or short prompt. Okay, display length, that is as 25. Okay, now the column name, that is segment 1. Okay, now default value set code, as we already created our value sets, that is Tata Steel row, search with Tata Steel, click on search icon, Tata Steel row. Okay, select, click on OK. Okay, click on save and close. On save and close. Now same we have to create for rack and bin as well. Click on create icon, and that is racks. Okay, API name same as that of copy the rack, and name same as that of our segment code. Description same, sequence number, that is second, prompt as rack, short prompt as rack as well. Okay, display weight, let's say 25. So it is same as that of our segment values as we created in our charts of account structure. Segment 2 default value set code. Now that is the Tata Steel rack value set, that is Tata. Click on search Tata Steel rack. Click on OK. Click on save and close. And the last is our bin. Okay, API name, name, that is bin. Description, prompt, short prompt, sequence number, that is third. Now display width 25, column name, segment third, default value set code, that is Tata Steel bin. Okay, so search for Tata Steel, click on search icon. Okay, Tata Steel bin, select the row, click on OK, and click on save and close. Now in flexfield structure we create segments, rows, racks, bin. Okay, so click on save and close. Now we have to create a structure instance. Okay, so click on done. Here manage structure instances. Okay, click on create icon. Okay, here we have to create a flexfield structure. Okay, so that is, let's say Tata. Okay, locator, Tata Steel locator. Okay, Tata Steel. Okay, right. Okay, Tata Steel locator flex. Okay, so if you want to Tata Steel locator flex. Okay, API name Tata Steel locator flex. Name same as that of the structure instance code. Copy. Click on OK. Description same as that of OK. Now the structure name, that is a Tata Steel flexfield. Select Tata Steel flexfield. This is our structure. Now row, rack, bin we have to require. Okay, so select the row, click on edit and required. Click on enable the required checkbox. Okay, so click on OK. So as in our charts of account structure, in accounts, department, company, we require all the segment values. Okay, so same as that in case of our inventory application, in row, rack, bin we have to require. So click on edit, then click on require. Okay, click on OK, then click on save and close. Okay, Now, after generating a structure instance, we have to deploy flexfield. Here deployment status, that is not completed. Okay, so click on deploy flexfield. This is deployment in progress. Okay, deployment completed successfully. Now click on OK. Okay, then click on done. So now for creating multiple rows, racks, bin, segments, okay, search task name is manage inventory value set. Okay, yeah, manage inventory value set. Select that row, click on go to task icon. Okay, here search value set code as Tata Steel row, let's say. Click on search. Okay, so select the row and click on manage value. So manage values in our Tata Steel rows. Here we are creating multiple rows in our application. So click on create icon. Okay, the value, let's say the code for our row R1, description row 1. Okay, so for creating multiple rows, click on create. Okay, so enable start date, end date for our row. Okay, so sort order. So value is the only mandatory field over here. Others are optional. Other attributes are optional. Second row, that is R2, and description row 2. Click on create icon. Create another row, that is R3. Sorry, R3 row 3. Okay, click on save and close. Here our row in Subinventory. Okay, so click on save and close. Now we have to create our let's say that is for rack. Click on search. Here our racks. Select the row. Click on manage values. Okay, click on create icon. Value for rack, let's say code is RK1. Okay, that is rack 1. So independent values. So rack 1 is dependent on row 1. Okay, so as we select our Tata Steel rack as dependent field, here we have to specify the independent values for our racks. Okay, so independent value for our rack, that is rack 1 is for row 1. Okay, add another, let's say rack 2. Rack 2 dependent on row 2. Select second row. Now click on create, and rack 3. Okay, RK3 rack 3 dependent upon row 3. Okay, so just click on save and close. And the last is our bin. Okay, click on search. Here our bin. Select the row. Click on manage values. Okay, and create multiple bins. Bin, sorry, let's say B1 is the code and bin 1, and dependent value, that is row 1. Now bin 2, okay, dependent upon R2, that is row 2. Click on create icon. B3, bin 3, dependent value, that is row 3rd. Click on save and close. Okay, so now click on save and close. Click on done. So now we have to define locator parameter in our inventory organization. So for our inventory organization, we have to define the locator parameter. For that, click on our project, search task name as manage inventory organization. Click on search icon, manage inventory organization, select procurement based path, manage inventory organization. Okay, search our inventory organization, that's Tata. Click on search. Okay, our inventory organization, let's say dollars. Click on edit. Right now we are not creating any other new inventory organization, we are just performing edit action. Okay, here locator, no. Click on next. Here locator control, so by default system will take no locator control. So okay, so for inventory organization we have to define our locator control. First one is our previously defined locator control. So it means that you have to predefine your rows, racks, bin in your application. So in particular row, rack, bin, our item is stored in application, we can define in previously defined locator control. Next is the dynamic entry locator control. So it means that system will allow us to select any row, rack, bin. So in accordance to your use, you can select your rows, racks, bin in the inventory organization. Next is the determined at sub inventory, I think. Yeah. Locator control determined at sub inventory. It means that sub inventory level you will define your locator. So so at sub inventory level, lo locator is predefined, okay, or we can say the dynamic. At sub inventory level we can define our locator is in form of previously defined locator, or locator is in form of dynamic entry locator. Okay, so you can select as per your requirement. Okay, select as dynamic entry locator control. Okay, and click on save and close. Okay, dynamic entry locator control. Okay, so click on done. Okay, now at sub inventory level we have to define the locator controller and locator structure. So for that, search the task name as manage sub inventory and locator. Search for sub invent, manage sub inventories and locator. Select the row, click on go to task icon. Okay, here our sub inventory, that is starter dollar sub inventory. Select a sub inventory, click on edit. Okay, here locator control. So at what level you can set your locator control? At none, item level, previously defined, dynamic entry. So right now we are selecting as dynamic entry. If you want to predefine your locator based path, then you select predefined locator control at sub inventory level, then you select at item level. Right now we are selecting as dynamic entry. System will generate the dynamic. Okay, so click on dynamic entry. Okay, so after selecting that, we have to select locator structure, that is Tata Steel locator flex. For locator control, locator structs, both are the not mandatory field over here. But for your locator control, you have to just select your locator, okay, and your locator structure, okay. You click on save and close. So if you define your locator control at predefined, then you just have to click on manage locator. In manage locator, you have to set the path for your predefined path for your locator controls. Okay. Like say row 1, rack 3, bin 1. So you have to predefine your locator path in manage locator. So right now we select as dynamic. So okay. So at the time of miscellaneous transaction, we select our row, rack, bins. Okay, so click on done. Now we create an miscellaneous transaction and we select our row, rack, bin in inventory. Okay, so just click on done. Click on navigator, supply chain execution. In supply chain execution, we have inventory management. Okay, uh, click on task here, create miscellaneous transaction. Okay, type, that is miscellaneous receipt. Use current item cost, set as yes. Transaction line is enabled now. Click on create icon and select our item. Okay, our item. Okay, let's say Tata. Click on search. Our item, that is roller bearing. Click on OK. Here item description, roller bearing. So right now locator field is disabled. So as we select our sub inventory, locator is enabled over here. Tata dollar sub inventory. Okay, here your locator field is enabled. Now select your locator. So as we select dynamic entry, you can select your locator over here in row 1. Okay, so first we have to create value sets for our locators. So search task name. So here in row we have options like row 1, row 2 and row 3, and here in rake and spin, as we select both as dependent, rack is dependent on row and bin is dependent on row 1. Okay, if you select bin is independent, then we have options like bin 1, bin 2, bin 3. Okay, right now b1, and in rake rk1. If you select independent, then in accordance to your use, you can specify your row, racks, bin. Here row attribute is only the independent. Okay, so row is only independent attribute. Okay, so click on OK. Specify the quantity. Okay, specify the quantity. Okay, click on OK. Now specify the quantity, let's say 125 quantity. Okay, now select the mandatory attribute, that is account. Select your GL account. Click on search. Select the account. Click on OK. Okay, and any other mandatory overview attribute. So in accordance to your use, you can select other attributes also. So click on submit. Your transaction proceed with no issues. So now click on task and then click on manage item quantities. And manage item quantities, search data dollars inventory organization, expand our item, then inventory organization that is Tata dollars inventory organization. In Tata dollars inventory organization, we have our sub inventory, and in sub inventory, we have our rows, racks, bin. Okay, okay, here. Locator row 1, rack 2, rack 1, sorry, and bin 1. Okay, so with the help of row, rack, bin, we will easily find our item in our sub inventory. At sub inventory level, we can easily find, with the help of locator, we can easily find our item. So in this way, you can define the locator control or locator in Oracle Fusion supply chain management application. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. Thank you so much.